Welcome, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries. I am your host, Sherrod Cohen, and you are now entering into the Soul Vision Powercast, a place where we keep it unfiltered or raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about things you might have heard or even saw. Today, we're going to talk about the alpha widow and 7 signs you are dating one and how to deal with her. We're going to explain what the alpha widow is. So kick back, relax, and let's kick it. Alpha widow. 7 signs you are dating one and how to deal with her. Now, this article is by Owen Scott. So, dating is hard. It's stressful enough that you have to deal and compete with all the potential prospects to win a lady's heart. Don't ever compete for a woman. Ever compete. No woman is worth competing over. I don't care what no one says. It's not worth the competition. No, fuck it. Let her go. But anyway, you don't want her ex on her list too. The situation gets worse when her ex was really a big deal. You know, the kind of guy you also have huge respect for. He had it all. Looks, status, power, and set the bar unattainably high for any man coming next. Gentlemen, I have some bad news. You're dealing with an alpha widow. Then I have some good news. It doesn't have to be a losing battle. It's never a losing battle if you refuse to compete for a woman. Now, let's see how we can recognize an alpha widow and deal with this situation like the true man you are. Don't compete. Don't ever compete for a woman. It's not worth it. I'm going to tell you. Now, what is an alpha widow? Now, an alpha widow is a woman who was engaged in a romantic or sexual relationship with a man who is considered an alpha male. The relationship ended, but her fixation on the alpha man she was dating hasn't. Such a relationship could last anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple years and didn't even have to be exclusive. Now, I'm trying to tell you, don't compete. It ain't worth it. It could even just been a one-night stand. However, she still holds attachment to it, sometimes being completely unaware of the impact it has had on her. The standards she holds become impossibly unrealistic for an average man to achieve. When dating other men, she compares them to the high-value man of her past, making both herself and the guy she is dating frustrated. Longing for the alpha male and mourning the missed opportunity she had with him make her unable to move from the past. Now, when I look at high-value men, I don't look at a man's pockets and this and that and the other. I look at his integrity, his morality, you know, his ethical traits and things of that nature. Money is a plus, you know what I'm saying? But money don't mean that you're a good guy. Money doesn't mean that you're a happy guy. Money doesn't mean that you're going to be some guy that treats her the way she wants to be treated. You might be able to spend, but you might be dead in the bed. You feel me? You might just not be that guy that's able to do what's necessary for her other than spend. But this is what they're calling what they call a high value man. So we're going to go with their definition, and we're going to give you the 7 signs you are dating an alpha widow. If this is your first time experiencing such a woman, it can be confusing to understand what's going on. Let's first go through some clear and obvious signs that the woman you are dating is still very much attached to the alpha man there before you. Number 1, her ex is still there. Not physically, of course, but she still has his stuff around. Keeps old pics and memories of him, gifts he gave her, maybe even old chats and messages. This behavior is never a good sign, no matter the explanation it comes with. She may say that they are good friends and that she has no feelings for him. She may even say that she keeps stuff on her she may keep stuff of her other exes too. Does she not notice he just made it worse? So it's not a big deal. Or she could just blame it on your insecurities, turning that shit on you, trying to make you feel bad. He said a guy once told him he had pictures of an ex on the wall just because he was, wait for it, so indifferent to her that he didn't even notice her pictures. Pictures on the wall next to his work desk where he spends most of his day. They get really creative when trying to bend the truth. Although she may come with all sorts of believable and unbelievable explanations for why she keeps his things, the truth is pretty much obvious. She's still stuck on him. Hey, dude banged them drawers right. That's what he did. See, if you make that ass giggle, you can make that ass wiggle. That's just flat out the truth. And that's what he did. He had her laughing, cocking wide open, and things. Hey, squirt fest. Number 2, she talks about him. Next on the list of signs that are never good in a relationship is talking about the damn ex. When entering a new romance, it's perfectly normal that we are very curious about the other person. Therefore, we are curious to know more about their past relationships. We also want to share a bit of our past so we can get to know each other better, right? But when mentioning the ex occasionally becomes talking about them constantly, things are not good. If she brings up the topic of her ex more often than you are willing to discuss, chances are she's not over the motherfucker or over the whole situation the two of them had. Like I said, he could have just been beating that boy up, and then, it wasn't even no real relationship. In her head, it was. In his, he was just beating that boy up. All right. Number 3, and to him, I've personally never understood why people stay in close contact with their exes. It's not that we should completely cut off people from our past, especially if we ended on good terms. But what's the point of talking to them regularly? I doubt there are good and reasonable explanations for why people text their exes frequently, especially if they are seeing someone new. Now, I mean, if you're not in a committed relationship, hey, I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you, whatever, If she keeps coming up with a variety of excuses for why she's reaching out to her ex, it shows that she's unable to cut the cord with him. She still needs his presence in her life. Bruh, it ain't nothing you can do with that. So just go ahead and leave that motherfucker alone, man. I told you, do not compete. Do not compete. Does that compute? Thank you. Number 4, she even compares you to her ex. Every podcast you listen to and that book you bought from Amazon will tell you the same. This is the ultimate sign of alpha, widowhood, and fucking disrespect. Comparison always kills the mood and makes people feel bad about themselves. But more importantly, it shows the secret desire of the person who is making the comparison. They crave something that they don't have at the moment and that you don't possess. Flat the fuck out. An alpha widow is a woman who still longs to be with the alpha male long after their breakup. And when she compares you to her alpha ex, she's basically saying it out loud. Dude was smashing that boy. He was killing them draws. That's all he was doing. And obviously, you ain't living up to what he was putting down. With him, she would cuddle in the puddle. With you, it's just drip, drip, and that's it, or dry. You don't need the red pill awareness to understand such behavior. She is obviously very much attracted and attached to him and will likely want to go back with him. If only she had the chance. Dude didn't want to, he was just hitting that ass. That's it. Number 5, it's impossible to please her. She had a top-notch experience with the alpha male she was dating, and now she refused to have anything other than that. An alpha widow is very hard to please, and I don't mean only sexually, but in every other way too. And she is very vocal and open about how unsatisfied she is. You'll find yourself trying hard to satisfy her needs and to do what she likes, whereas the whole time she is thinking in silence, I know someone who could do it better. Even in the healthiest relationships, it's normal sometimes to be unsatisfied with certain aspects. Our partners are not mind readers, and if we want them to know how to please us, again, not only erotically, we need to explain what we like. But if your partner consistently shit tests you while you're, and this is not my word, this is actually the word, shit test you while you're trying your hardest to make them happy, then you should ask yourself what's going on there. It almost sounds like she doesn't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. She's just passing time, or you may have enough money to keep her attention or whatever. I'm trying to tell y'all, You fools get out here trying to compete for women. Y'all trying to compete for the hand of a woman. Man, this ain't the old days where they joust for and kill each other for a woman. Man, fuck that battling. It's too many women out here for you to be fighting over one. If you're a black man, they say there's like 1 million more black women than black men. Why the hell are y'all shooting and killing each other over a female that don't want neither one of y'all? Number 6, you feel she's not emotionally engaged. It's hard to tell nowadays if the person we are dating is really into us or not. You may have the same confusion. She seems emotionally distant, but aren't all modern women like that? Hell no, they are not. If you feel that she's not engaging emotionally and your relationship is mostly physical, it's probably because it is. Her mind is still focused on her ex-alpha guy, and she still holds attachment to him. Dude tore that ass up. That's all that is. He tore that shit up. He mind fucked her too. We'll talk about that another time. Number 7, she keeps her options open. If the person you are dating is not exactly what you dreamed of, you may not want to leave the... Hold on. If the person you are dating is not exactly what you dreamed of, you may not want to leave the situation, but you will keep your options open. You are not in love, but you don't want to be completely alone. So you stay until something better comes along. I'm saying you because I'm sure everyone has been in that situation at least once. It happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to you. Sadly, now it's happening to the girl you are dating. If she keeps herself available, it means she's not really into you. She may not openly flirt with guys or go on dates behind your back, but she'll appear single. For instance, she will not post about you on the social media. Now, that's some bullshit right there that I do not believe. Just because a person doesn't post you on social media, there's a lot of people posting each other on social media and fucking other people. So we can't use this as a bar. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody don't post who they're with, that just might mean they don't want you in their fucking business, because your business ain't show business. And the very best way to keep your relationship between you and your mate is to keep your business or your relationship off social fucking media. Thank you. So if you have the feeling that she is not completely sure about your relationship, it could mean she's still thinking about her ex. That last part about the social media thing, I don't agree with that at all. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be able to read the woman that you're with. But when it comes down to it, if she's into other people, other things and whatnot, man, let her ass go, bro. It's too much ass out here to get. You know what I'm saying? They say you can get pussy quicker than a hot meal. Now, dealing with an alpha widow, 4 tips and tricks. Let's see what they talk about. I'm gonna see if I agree with this shit or not. The term alpha widow can create some fear in you. I'm sure the woman is savage, or at least sounds so. Let's break the misconception about her being dangerous. She is not a black widow or anything like that. She's just a woman unable to deal with her past. It ain't about not being able to deal with it. She can't let that shit go. That dick was good. He stroked that joint. He beat that motherfucker up. That's what she did. That's what he did, I mean. She most probably is not even aware of how she behaves. Oh, she's aware. She's aware. Let's now see what we can do when we find yourself dating such a woman. I gotta see what these damn tricks, these tricks and tips and shit. Number 1, decide what you want from her. Are you enjoying the physical part of your relationship without thinking about the future? Or have you caught feelings and hope to develop a long-term relationship? If you want nothing more than a fling, then there's no need to bother about whether she thinks about someone else or not. Be open with her about what you want, and if it goes both ways, enjoy the pleasure and don't worry too much. But if the situation is more serious and you've grown a genuine desire for her, then proceed to number 2. I'm going to keep telling you this. There's only one, well, I ain't going to say only one, but the number 1 thing for you not to do is to get into a pissing contest with another man over a woman. It is not fucking worth it. Number 2, don't take things personally. You know, Jermaine Jackson said, don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Good things come to winning. Yeah, this is super important to always keep in mind since your ego will be hurt many times. If you let your wounded ego take the lead, your relationship will become toxic with no prospect of success. I'm not saying you should tolerate anything unhealthy and abusive and that you don't feel okay with in general, but if you already decided to give it a try, you should try to understand the situation from the perspective of the rational male. Her being unable to get over her ex doesn't have anything to do with you, really. It's not you, it's her. It doesn't mean you are not a high value man too, because you probably are. Man, I'm trying to tell you, the dick. He could have been broke as a joke. And if he smashed it right, if she felt like she was really like safe around him, or he had that I did a podcast on hybristophilia, where women love bad guys. You feel me? Criminals. That could be it, man. You may not just be it, bro. You might be the greatest guy in the world. You can have a whole bunch of money. You could just be the shit, but you're not the shit to her. Number 3, I was about to put it number 4, but number 3, be ready to grow. An alpha widow is a woman unable to overcome traumas and unresolved issues from the past that keep her stuck on the guy that had the greatest impact on her. When we see it from that perspective, then it's clear that this woman needs healing. Sexual healing. She needs more than sexual healing. She needs to just go back to Buddy and let him keep beating it up, however he was doing it. In order to be open to new love, she first needs to heal from the past. If you decide to be with such a woman, you first need to start your own healing process and transformation. When you get rid of the toxic patterns you have, it's okay, we all do, yeah, old traumas and pain you have inside you, you'll also be able to help others heal. Like I said, man, don't be sitting up there competing for no woman, man, because once you realize that you're in a competition over her anything, let the other dude have her. There's not a woman on the fucking planet worth competition. 0. Number 4, be your true, authentic self. Don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself with her ex or anybody else. You'll never manage to be like him. Not because you are not a high value man, but because her standards are not realistic. You could also be an alpha man, but if you are constantly trying to be like somebody else, you won't see all the amazing characteristics you have. And you're not going to beat another individual at being themselves. That's why I say all men are not created equal. If we were all created equal, then she would have no problem with transitioning from him to you with no issues. Therefore, we're not all created equal. And by that, and by knowing that, you got to be who you are, partner. Be just true to the game. Be true to yourself. And if she don't like it, man, tell her to kick rocks. All right. And she won't see them either. Talking about the characteristics. If you don't be yourself, she won't see your characteristics if you don't be yourself. So if you want to get her attention and affection, you need to show more of your unique qualities. Instead of copying the old, give her something different from what she had and is not able to heal from. Show her your uniqueness and all the richness of your being. Some would say women are prone to hypergamous behavior, and they'll always try to find the best and most successful males on the market. Whether I agree with this or not is not important, but I'll tell you this: if you want to be the best, then believe that you are. And it's like, happily ever after with an alpha widow, is it possible? We can read this, but I'm going to leave that part. I'm not even going to get into that part. I'm not going to get in, can you be happy with an alpha widow? Because that situation is a person to person to person type of deal. It varies. You know, we all have our different levels of tolerance. And for one, I'm not, if I see that another woman, if a woman is involved mentally and emotionally with another man, as far as still wanting and longing for that person, hey, she can just go on, because I'm not gonna sit there and waste my time with it, and neither should you. Whenever you see that there's another man in the picture and you're competing for him, that's competing with you for her, it's either gonna be one or two things. Either you just smash just to smash and have no feelings in it, or you leave it alone and walk away. That's what you need to do. Don't get caught up in this shit, man, because hey, nowadays with the way these dudes fall in love with some kitty, man, you get killed. I told you, a lot of men have gone to jail or hell because of a woman. And in saying that, man, I appreciate you all coming in, checking me out. If you liked it, hey, hit that like button. If you're not already a soul visionary, hit the subscribe button. And if you did both of those things, share the content and hit that notification bell. So anytime that I drop new content, you get that notification. Peace.